There is a question that I've been getting from like just people in general, our clients, like, what do you eat? I want to tell them something extravagant, but at the end of the day, I'm like, dang, it really isn't that exciting.
Oh my God. If I made one of those like TikToks, like follow me of a day of eating, it'd be terrible. Zero shares. No one would share that to anyone.
I think it will give justice just to see how boring our meals are. What does an actual trainer eat on a daily basis so we can demystify this perception that we're perfect and we got it all dialed down?
I eat eggs. If I have a heavy workout day, I'll do oatmeal. And then, so lunch, it's either a lean beef or chicken thighs that I air fry. I microwave sweet potatoes and then one vegetable. That's it.
Here's why Keith and I are saying this. If you're overly obsessed about what we eat, you're obsessing about the wrong thing. Because I'm not obsessed about over my food. I'll celebrate and I'll eat the donuts once in a while. I'll eat my son's food once in a while. But what I'm obsessed about is completely outside the food realm. In fact, I'm obsessed about my performance.
What do you do if you have like a big family dinner at like a really good restaurant that you love? Like, do you change your day of eating?
So I got to tell you a quick story real quick. My first date with my wife, you know, Tara. And we went to like I can't remember, but it wasn't, I think it was like the Cheesecake Factory, or not the cheesecake, where you do the cheese fondue. What is that?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Those places.
Melting pot.
Yeah, no.
So that was, and one thing that I didn't know now that I know now is like I'm extremely lactose intolerant. So
I know where this one's going.
So dude, so first off, like I came from like the gym, I'm wearing my gym clothes, and then I picked her up and she was like, she was ready to go. She was gorgeous, bro. Like white dress. I was like, what is happening right now? They're going to think I'm homeless. So I take her there. So right off the bat, it's already weird because I'm wearing my personal trainer. I had like a red shirt with like shorts. And then the guy was like, he's like, just for one? And I was like, no, I'm with her. And she just started laughing. I was like, no, I'm with her. So we sit down, we do our thing. We get everything, you know, like every cheese thing you could think of. Cause I'm like, yeah, sweet. I've never been to a cheese place, this many cheese. And you had your meats, you had your like fruits, whatever. And I'm eating. And like an hour into it, man, I'm like, oh God, man. Like my stomach's hurting. I'm kind of getting a little sweaty, right, from how much I ate. And I was like, oh, we gotta go. Like we gotta go. I gotta go home. I don't feel good, right? So we're not in that stage yet where you can kind of just like freely do the couples fart, you know? Like I'm holding it in already, like all the way in. Yeah. So I'm holding it all the way in. Once I get to the house, I run to the bedroom, bro. I run to the bedroom because I have a restroom in there. And dude, it was chaos. And it was chaos because, you know, when you're trying to hold it, you know, you're trying to
it makes it worse.
It makes it worse. Yeah. So what ended up happening was like it just started to spray everywhere, right? And I started to like get nauseous because I'm sweaty, and then now I'm throwing up too. Oh man! So I did. I'm like both ends. Yeah. So it was both ends, and I'm like, she got to be like leaving by now because I'm like there for 20, 30 minutes. And then she knocks on the door, and she was like, hey, do you need help with anything? I'm like, no, I'm good. Just like projectile vomiting, number 2 everywhere, dude. It's going everywhere on the wall, and I'm just sweating, and I'm like, this is just so embarrassing. This is like. She's like, she's never going to go second date with me or third date with me. And she knew what was happening because she and I was like, she just left. And I'm like super sad about it. I'm just still throwing up. And she came back like 30 minutes later and she got the Sprite. She got like the crackers, the bananas. And I was just like so beat that I ended up passing out, but she got me everything. I wake up and she cleaned everything, bro. She cleaned like the throw ups.
Yeah, no wonder
the
you
poop
got married.
splatters. 100%.
Yeah.
That was like one of the big milestone moments.
She married you after that.
I was like, dang.
Who chose fondue as date number 1?
Dude, I think it was date number 2. Our first date was like not really that exciting, but that was their first date for sure.
Fondue's a crazy choice though.
But yeah,
And so you are lactose intolerant?
Yeah, I can take a little bit.
Yeah.
I can't
Not
not
fondue.
fondue level. Dude,
Yeah.
I don't know
Not
what
many
the
people
cheese.
can.
It could have been food poisoning, but
Yeah.
now I just don't even doubt. But then she was fine. So, but anyways, I talk about this story because there is a question that I've been getting from like the Murph channel, but also just people in general, our clients, like, what do you eat?
Yeah.
And
what do you eat in a day? That's like
Yeah,
the
what do
number
you
one
eat in a
question for
day?
anyone in this space, like ever.
And I want to tell them something extravagant, but at the end of the day, I'm like, dang, it really isn't that exciting.
Oh my god! If
You
I made
know?
one of those like TikToks, like follow me of a day of eating, it'd be terrible. Zero shares. No one would share that to anyone.
That's what I mean. And I think it will give justice just to see how boring our meals are, and it's not. We're not doing like the crazy hacks and like. Yeah, let's start there. Like, what does an actual trainer eat on a daily basis, so we can demystify this like perception that we're either like somewhat perfect, and we got it all dialed down.
Yeah,
where is it at? Like, just give me Keith's. Maybe give me your Monday through Friday, and give me your weekend. 'Cause I think those are like the big two.
I think too is like it really depends on. What time of the year it is and what my goal is too. And I think like this is kind of like the spoiler already. I think like really just the only difference between a coach's day of eating and someone else's day of eating is like where we have more of a purpose of why we're doing what we're doing, but it's still not glamorous.
Yeah.
And there's some principles and kind of like cornerstones no matter what the goal is that just like I follow almost on accident at this point. But again, it's not glamorous at all.
Right.
I'm protein heavy in all of my meals. That's probably number one principle. And that kind of like sometimes that's the only thing that I follow that day.
Yeah.
Because that's just what I do. And that's it. And like if you're going to say like 365 days a year, I at least try and get protein in my meal. Yeah. Now there's a bunch of other layers that come there,
those
but
are like some of your
that's
rules.
like the just the cornerstone for me. And everything, no matter what example we bring up about what a day of eating can look like that's the cornerstone that's going to drive me.
Oh my gosh, you already have like short this podcast is going to be.
That's it.
I'm just going to explain.
It could end right there, actually.
Yeah, that's real. Okay, so like my breakfast. Here's my breakfast: 1 or 3 cups of coffee. Doesn't matter what coffee it is. That's like the first thing that I drink. I drink about half a gallon before noon. That's my breakfast. Monday through Friday, Monday through Saturday, Monday through Sunday, 365 days out of the year.
Yeah.
My first meal at lunchtime is a salad.
So you fast every day?
I fast every day.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes longer, sometimes 3 days, sometimes 7 days. Anyways, my lunchtime is always a salad and some chicken. This is like probably 80% of the time. Sometimes I'll dabble and I'll throw some red meat or like ground beef. But for the most part, it's been a Caesar salad with chicken. And everyone's going to be like, what? Like a big, like one of those pre-made packs because I don't have time to chop
there's
salads.
So much fat in there, Royce.
Dude,
how could you eat that?
Right? So that's what I eat. And then I also get just either the fried chicken or grilled chicken, and I just throw it in there.
Yeah, I remember.
And I told you this, right?
Yeah,
and it's 2 palms of meat, like my palms, and that's it. That's my lunch. No snacks, no like whatever. If I do snack, it's like dried mangoes because they're delicious, or dried bananas. And then once in a while, if I misbehave, it's like trail mix galore.
Yeah.
Right. That's like my snack area. Try not to as much as that. Dinner time, it's typically either like rice, a cup of veggies, and then again 2 palms of protein. All right, guys, that was it.
All right. Yeah.
Right. So what's interesting is, it's not as exciting, but it's effective, and I've been able to stay extremely lean one, and then number two, my performance in the gym. Endurance, I do a lot of endurance. I'm able to eat enough to be able to do some absolutely hard workouts or just regular workouts just in general, right? Once in a while, I'll add a protein shake. I'll throw like a cup of berries, water, protein shake.
Yeah.
That's, guys, like that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I think
Want to know mine quick?
yeah, what's yours?
I eat breakfast unless
Okay.
I'm fasting on purpose to lose weight. I eat eggs. Oh, actually, and just a side note, eating before kid and eating after kid is definitely different.
Right.
But again, the principles kind of line up
Yeah.
the same. So eggs have been like more frequent just because like he'll eat eggs and there's always eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Eggs in the morning. If I have a heavy workout day, I'll do oatmeal.
Yeah.
Instant oatmeal.
Mhm.
Or I put eggs on top of rice because there's
Yeah,
always
so
rice
good.
cooked.
Yeah.
And then I might go a scoop of protein just with the eggs because it's very light on my stomach. I don't like to
Right.
eat a bunch of like meat for breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So lunch, it's either a lean beef or chicken thighs that I air fry because they're
Right.
so easy to just pump out. Like every time I make one, I make like 6 and I just put it in the air fryer, hit the button. So I always have like
Yeah.
chicken stocked in the fridge. And then either white rice because I have this one button rice maker that just basically is there all day long making rice. I microwave sweet potatoes. So it's either rice or sweet potatoes. And then one vegetable. I try for a green.
Yeah.
Bell peppers are usually my go-to
Yeah.
because I usually stuff things in them and eat them.
Yeah.
And then
100%.
dinner is basically lunch again, but maybe a little something different, like a little sauce or something that's a little bit different.
Right.
That's it.
Here's why I'm saying this, guys, and why Keith and I are saying this. If you're overly obsessed about what we eat, you're obsessing about the wrong thing. Because I'm not obsessed about over my food. I'll celebrate and I'll eat the donuts once in a while. I'll eat my son's food once in a while. But what I'm obsessed about is completely outside the food realm. In fact, I'm obsessed about my performance. I really do obsess about that. Like how much do I need to heal? And a lot of times it's like my deficit is just like me cutting out trail mix for a month. And you'll see me like 4% leaner. You're like, what are you doing? Like cardio? I was like, nah, dude, I just gotta stop snacking on the trail mix. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's
Most people that are in shape, that's always their answer.
right.
I remember Igor. Like,
Yeah, I know.
He
He was
came
like,
in and it was like his like 12 pack was gone. And
I was
then
like,
he
what happened?
And then like a week later, it was back, and he was like, yeah, I just like I started walking a little bit more. It's like, what? That's it? Like,
It's so underwhelming. So the reason why I haven't done a vlog for this day because how boring it is, and I wanted to do it some justice, primarily because like it's simple. Have a little bit of protein, have carbohydrates to fuel your exercise, and then have vegetables. That's really when it comes down to it for me. And I've also got it to a point where I've also chose what I want to eat at lunchtime because I know how I feel. I like to feel light. There are the people that like to work only 3 hours out of the day and they're done for the day. I work a little bit longer than that, and I like to be very light and clear. So if I eat something carb heavy, then I'm very slow in my thinking the second half. So I'm obsessed about my performance. I'm not obsessed about the food.
yeah.
Right. And
Oh, sorry. I have to add there too, because if you're at the space right now where like you're not obsessed with your performance in the gym, like there's something you're obsessed with, and if it's being a better business owner, being a better father, being a better husband, whatever you're trying to get better at, you can eat for that performance as well.
Right. 100%.
Because not getting a sugar crash in the afternoon makes you more able to play with your kids in later that night. So it doesn't have to be like you're obsessed with the workouts, which we are also.
Yeah.
But you can also like, all right, what can I choose for breakfast that makes me sharper and I'm better at my job during the day? So it doesn't have to be like performance as far as how fast you can run, how much weights you can lift. It could be performance in any domain that you care about.
Mm-hmm.
And you could tailor your eating because then you have more of a chance of eating that way.
Exactly.
If you really don't have anything like, why am I eating this? It's, then it's very easy to say, all right, I'm just going to have the donut this morning too. But if you actually have like a result from that eating pattern that makes your life better, then it'll stick.
100%. And that's really one of the big messages in here. This is what trainers eat because we're obsessed about something so different. And primarily, again, it's around performance, and not just performance on the fitness side. Just like you said, the for me, it's the entrepreneur side. One of the big reasons why I stopped eating breakfast was because it took so much time for me, and it took so much energy for me. And I wanted to capture a little bit of some science saying that it was going to be better for my longevity. So it was I'm double up on, now I'm good.
Oh, you
now
can find an article to support anything. I'll be like, this is why I eat breakfast. And you could be like, this is why I don't eat breakfast.
To be completely honest, guys, 80% why I fast primarily at the start of it was because I got like 3 hours back. And you can do a lot with 3 hours, right? If I wanted to become a power lifter or bodybuilder, it might not be the best. That might not be the best version for me if I decided to go that path. But I don't want that body. I want a body that's lean. I want a body that can move. I want a body that can lead a team, create content, all of these things. Play soccer afterwards, so it doesn't require a lot of calories, right?
Right.
So
and if your goal is to be a bodybuilder, or it is to do, XYZ, then maybe your meals have to be a little bit more glamorous or complicated.
Right.
But again, it's what do you want out of it?
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people think that, the lifestyle of like a high-end bodybuilder, like that's what you have to live like and eat like just to be healthy and active and feel good. And that's that's not true.
Exactly.
It's not that big of a trade-off to have those things.
Yeah, for sure. And if you're bored with your food, it's probably because you're also bored with your life. Right.
And if food is the thing that's bringing you joy that day,
it's like, my guy,
you gotta find something.
Yeah, you gotta find something else.
Food with family and friends is very different, though.
Exactly.
Because I value that a lot.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get into this. So I will not be. I used to be for a little while, but I won't be that guy that's like not going out with family and friends to dinner because I'm on a diet.
Right.
Because I can't handle myself at the restaurant. That was a real thing, though. Yeah. So in order to do the things that I value, like spending time with friends and family, because like sad part is like it's the best thing to do when you get together with friends and family.
Yeah.
It's eat and drink. Like everyone, of course, there's other things you do, but like that's the number one thing that you can do. So if you value that, then that day might be a little bit different. So what do you do if you have like a big family dinner at like a really good restaurant that you love? Like, do you change your day of eating?
It does change. And 100%. And again, I'm not obsessed about the food. I'm obsessed about the company. Right. And if the company, I think there is another love language, which is like cooking food for people is a love language, which is acts of service.
Yeah.
My mom loves that.
Yeah.
And I deny her.
So fat when I was younger. My mom loved me a lot.
So I eat, dude, and it's good food. Like Filipino food is just rich in carbs. It's carbs.
Yeah.
And then instead of that protein, more carbs, But I'll do it. I'll do it. But it's a small dot. It's not like my whole destination.
Right.
I think that's like the other side. I was like, I'm here one week out of the year, one day out of the year.
Yeah.
Right. And on the other side, I have other habits. We talked about habit stacking. I still go work out in the morning. Mm-hmm. I'm still getting my steps in. I'm still getting my waters in. My sleep is on point. 1 or 2 meals is not going to do much.
No.
Right? Like it's just going to throw it off a little bit, but it doesn't even throw it off. It just, I expect it to happen now. I don't try to control it as much. And it's very freeing. Mm-hmm. Same thing with my son. You have a son too. He leaves a pancake, thing's gonna get crushed.
Yeah, that's a real thing that I'm coming to notice. Not because he's eating like better things.
Yeah, it's gonna get crushed. Yeah. Like I'm not gonna just leave a solo pancake behind.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, I'm sure there are parents that are super shredded and lean. They're like, oh, I can't put that on my. And that's you, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you. But for me, I'm like, whatever, man. I kind of want to test it for myself too. Be like, yo, what are you eating? And I was like, dang, it is pretty good.
You know what what makes me feel better about that is like I'm gonna eat that thing that's left over because it's a healthy choice that I provided him to begin with. It's not like McDonald's chicken nuggets. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have that. It's like, you know, toast with almond butter the other day, and I was like, all right, if you don't like that, I'm eating that.
Yeah, my wife has been creating a lot of the breads from scratch, so it's like it's retaining its nutritional value a lot more. Good. So like the pancakes, the waffles, it's all made from scratch.
Yeah. Also, like, just if that's a huge problem in your life where you keep eating off your kid's plate, like maybe there's some better choices that you could make on the food to begin with.
Exactly. So that means you can start moving into the quality side, right? I think what you and I both have, it's become just ingrained in our habit. It's just the quality of foods. Yeah. There are foods that are historically kind of shunned upon, but there are versions of it that it's much healthier than what you're consuming, right?
And that, if you 80-20 that,
oh my gosh, you'd have a massive impact.
Because then there's just there's some things that you just truly enjoy that's not even worth that trade-off. Like you're like, that's going to be the thing I get when I go with my family to that restaurant once in a blue moon. It's not like we're going every single night, and then go enjoy that thing.
Right.
But make sure that like there's those things that's still in place that you were saying. So for me is like, depending on the restaurant, I might fast all day and just do one meal.
Yeah.
Just go crazy at dinner without having to think about it. Like I've done that before. And that's just kind of like more for some big events.
Right.
If it's just like a regular dinner, like maybe it's just like, oh, I know I'm going to go to this like pizza place tonight. I'm just going to cut my carbs out for the day and then make up for the pizza. Just like these small little changes that like at least going into it, you're not going completely off the rails, but you can still socialize, do the things that you want to do, spend time with the people you want to spend with, not have to worry so much about, oh my God, because I hate when they put the calories on the menu now. And the thing you want, you look at it, you're like, damn, that's 1,800 calories. That thing's tiny.
Yeah.
You don't want to, that will spoil the moment of why you're there in the first place.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, the diet that you see that I do, and the diet that you see, or the nutrition lifestyle that you see Keith does, I'd also say, just to kind of give you an idea, this normal was also built from extremes, meaning extreme tests. Like I did the macros for 30, 60, 90 days where I tracked everything meticulously, right? Suffered through it, made some awesome changes, and I like pull back and I'm like, okay, this is like a little bit more reasonable for me. I've even done all the way to the emotional side of eating, of just like tasting the food and just feeling and breathing. And I'm like, okay, that's also
I've done that.
Yeah, that's
just
also
like,
on the extreme side.
Real quick.
Yeah.
You just like picture that you're eating it, and then you're like, all right.
Yeah, like right. So there's I've even done vegan. I've done paleo. I've done blocks. I don't remember, if you knew that.
Blocks,
so there's these extremes. So if you guys want to experiment those, I think it's healthy to do it. But just know you're gonna pull back to just what we see.
Know you're living in the extreme, just so that the normal day to day isn't so extreme anymore. I still have like, if I'm with some old friends, if I'm eating, oh my God, dude, there's carbs in that, bro. You okay? Like they know how I used to be. And back then it was an extreme, but I wasn't like consciously like knowing it was extreme. Like this is how I live. This is how I do things. And it took a lot of like some opportunities away from me where like if I just was a little bit more relaxed about it and had some of just more of the major principles than like these like crazy extremes that I would take it to, the results would have been the same, and I probably would have been a lot more happy.
100%. And again, being able to be courageous in just knowing that the really old habits can be questioned. And if you question it and just like, okay, let's just introduce one day where I actually do that. Do I go off the rails? I think it's also healthy to know psychologically that can you handle one of those days? And that's where the real work may be. It's not nutritional. It's psychological, right? It's one day, like chill out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
And if you're so worried about that one day being off, it probably means that you're not consistent on the other days. And
there you go.
and you're worried. And it's just like you're just like, oh, I'm doing it again.
Right.
But if I go 2 weeks of eating that boring day that I just told you, and then all of a sudden we go to like all you can eat sushi one night, I'm going in on the sushi.
Yeah.
Because I know the next 2 weeks I'm right back on it.
Yeah.
When you don't have that structure set up and you're not confident in the consistency, then it's like a guilty sitting there eating the sushi where you're just like, oh, this is the third time this week we're going out. Like, so it hits a little bit different when that structure and kind of those like major principles are in place.
Yeah.
And even sushi, my protein's high. I go to a restaurant. I go to a pizza place. Like, yeah, they got a lot of pizza. Oh, let me get that chicken salad on the side too.
Yeah.
Those same principles are there, and you still get to enjoy the things that you want to enjoy with the people you want to enjoy it with.
100%. All right. How do we end this? It's just such a weird topic, man.
It ends with just like whatever it is that you think that you need to be eating, it's probably way more simple than you think. And when you see, it's like always like blame social media, but like when you're on social media and you see like,
these perfect, flawless
day in the life, and it's like it'll be some like influencer that puts up like 8 tiny little meals, and each of them are like insanely nutritious with like fresh avocados. Like every time I grab an avocado, it's rotten and I can't eat it that day. And it's like, and everything looks so pretty. And sometimes I eat the same meal for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Sometimes I'll have chicken and rice for breakfast because I ran out of eggs.
Yeah.
Like it's not going to look like it does for a beautiful Instagram post.
So good.
And just be consistent with something and then make the subtractions, the additions, the things that we've talked about before.
Our last episode, yes.
Yeah. And just trust in just like the normal basics and fundamentals will get you to your goals. Yeah. And you'll get there a lot faster.
The amazing and exciting bodies that you see on Instagram were actually built by boring foods.
Oh, yeah.
More than you realize. And the ones that are glamorizing it are just glamorizing so you get the attention. And they actually might eat like that, to be honest, too. I could be wrong, right?
Yeah. And if you're worried about like being some people like the boring eaters like don't get enough nutrients.
Yeah.
That's for sure. If that's an issue and you can eat boring and you're just kind of worried about the nutrients, like I've done a practice before where I forget the app or whatever, but you kind of just put in all your boring foods and just see the like if you're nutrient deficient in anything, like, cause I only eat like 10 things consistently over and over again.
Yeah.
I put it in like my track or whatever. I forget, I'm making this up, but it was like, oh, your vitamin D is low. And then it was like, all right, I could either find like a vegetable or food that has that thing that I'm missing that I could add in, or I could just take the little supplement.
So good.
And then that's it. Like it didn't change anything. And that one little missing micronutrient that maybe is causing, that I have a deficiency in, like you can just quickly add that in without like revamping. I got to throw out my whole kitchen and bring in this whole new lifestyle and everything has to be this free and that free. And it's not as complicated.
It's like, no, you just got to add some coconut oil or something, and you're like, oh, cool.
No, that's it. All right. I could do that. Done.
It's no big deal. It's less effort than you think. So, I mean, yeah, just be okay with the boring, guys, right? And I think that's where the discipline comes in. If you find things that are boring in your meals, I think it's time to question, we probably need to change your obsession in some way. Mm-hmm. And when you start to do that, kind of the meals that we often think is like, oh man, like we think it's like a big thing, but it really just isn't. So guys, if you guys like this episode, Keith and I just opened up kind of a service and that we're doing now. We want to extend our reach and help not just to people here in Las Vegas. We want to help you guys. So if you guys are looking for nutritional coaching from from us, we'll put a link below. Fuck, man. I'm gonna redo this whole part.
Redo that one.
I'm gonna do this. Where do we end? I tried to close it out.
It's easier.
I'm just gonna cut what I said.
It's easier than you think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it. I'm going to end with what Keith said. But guys, if you guys want to work with us, Keith and I just opened up some spaces for you to work with us because we are working with people right now in Las Vegas, but we want to open up to you because you guys are everywhere. And we can only take a select few because this is just new to us. We want to make sure we refine the product over and over and over again. So if you're looking for habit coaching, behavioral coaching, coaching around your health, we put a link below. We'd love to work with you guys. And as always,